100 most successful CEOs.
But are you nuts? Hello and welcome back to our time vlog. Today I am super excited to have Steve with us. Steve is the Director of Sales for Australia and New Zealand for Silver Sea Cruises. Welcome on the show, Steve.
Thank you, Timo. It's really lovely to be talking to you today. Thanks for the opportunity.
Oh, no, absolutely. And I'm actually very grateful that you agreed to be on here. I always love when I volunteer people and they say yes straight away. So thank you for that. I think we probably started with a few details about you that people potentially don't know, which we call the icebreaker session. So just a very quick answer so we get to know you a little bit better. And we start with a classic. Are you a coffee or tea person?
Coffee, definitely. I don't mind tea, but coffee, there's no way to start the day than with at least 2 coffees in the morning for me.
I'm already at a level of 2 as well.
Sometimes I go to 3, but you've got to be careful you don't get too carried away.
No, 3 is a bit much, but I'm working on it. Cat or dog?
Definitely dog. You can be active with a dog. You can go for a walk, you can go for a run. They can protect your family. Definitely dog.
They're very good pets, I agree. And last but not least, what is your favorite travel destination and why?
Oh, that's a mean question because we all love the world so much. I would say it's probably Vietnam for me. Just been there a few times and just blown away by the culture, the scenery, the different aspects of the country. The history is fascinating. It's got a really ancient and modern history. The food is beautiful. People are friendly. Yeah, it's a really, Vietnam for me, great destination.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, it's also on my bucket list. I haven't made it yet, but
you've got to go.
You just reconfirmed that I should definitely try to get there as soon as possible. Speaking about the travel industry, I do believe that the next generation of leaders obviously will have, very different environment and different challenges. From your point of view, what do you think how a program like the TIME program can actually prepare the future leaders of our industry?
Yeah, Timo, the TIME program is fantastic. I mean, I've been known of the program for a long time now, and the key of the mentors in the program, the mentors and matching the mentors and mentees is a great skill that the TIME program does operate. These mentors have been around for a long time, and they've seen situations like, obviously we're in the COVID-19 pandemic now, which is the worst thing that's hit the industry. But before that, there was 9/11. Before that, there was the GFC. And every time we've had these situations that are coming to the industry, good and bad, these mentors have been exposed, their businesses have been exposed to these, and they've had to adapt, the way they sell, the type of products they sell, how they promote, operationally, how they run their business, and the type of leadership they bring to their company and all that sort of thing. So it's all those experiences over the last 20, 30, 40 years that makes these mentors so strong to the program that can provide these candidates with just a vast array of experience across different scenarios and situations. And I just see that as the most powerful aspect. Obviously, COVID-19 is a big situation for us now, but we've also learned a lot from other situations in the past, and the big thing with travel industry is that we're a discretionary spend industry. So we're always the first affected in a time like this, and we're always one of the last to recover because you don't have to spend money on holidays, and at the moment you can't. But people always want to spend money on things that they enjoy. They want to spend money on these things as opposed to often bills and those sort of things. So there is business out there. There is ways to make money in situations like this and post situations like this. And these mentors have got a lot of experience in terms of helping guide their businesses through these situations.
You mentioned a very interesting point there, which is obviously the discretionary spend and the fact that people usually cut back first on travel and potentially food and beverage expenses. You've been very generous and you initiated for 2 of your staff members to take part in the program. Plus you sponsored also another person from the industry to be able to go through the program. Excuse my French, but are you nuts in a situation like this where the market is not existing, to sponsor so many people into the program? And why do you do that?
Yeah, look, good question. No, I'm not nuts. I think it's a very important investment for us. We so we've been firstly, why are we doing it? It's just two reasons. I mean, firstly, Silver Sea Cruises is part of the Royal Caribbean Group, which is one of the largest travel companies in the world. So we've been very lucky to be part of this group during a situation like COVID-19. Of course, the group has suffered massive financial losses, like all travel businesses. But we're a publicly listed stock exchange company. We've been able to raise a lot of capital, and a lot of our staff have managed to keep their jobs and keep their full-time hours. So we feel very grateful that our company's been able to support us, and we've managed to keep a lot of our marketing and sales budgets and so forth as well. So sponsoring somebody else who's from a company maybe less fortunate than ours is just a no-brainer to me, because that's just the luck of the draw sometimes in terms of who you work for. So we'd love to be able to, provide that opportunity for someone else. But in terms of sponsoring, putting two of my employees through the program, it's an absolute no-brainer, because, it's such a pivotal time now for them to latch onto a good mentor and learn these skills. Like I said in the beginning of this interview, all these skills, not only from the COVID-19 pandemic, but all these other skills that they can learn and make them better employees for us, and people say, oh, what if they leave? Of course, there's attrition like that, and they could leave the company, and that's just a natural part of life. We always respect if they get a better opportunity. We wish them well. And these are people that have been loyal servants to our business for a long time. They don't owe us any debt. They don't have to stay. They've delivered great results and are successful with the company. And if these skills can help them stay with us and grow further with us, fantastic. If it leads them to transition to another role, another company that's going to, boost their career, then, we're great that we're part of that journey and we're able to help them that way. So I think, we're very grateful at Silver Sea that we can afford to be able to do this when some companies can't. And also putting our own staff through it as well is just an investment, in our own business, really.
Mm. That's great to hear. My next question would have actually been, aren't you afraid of your staff leaving after the program or shortly after the program, and all that investment was for nothing, in quotation marks, which you've answered already. That's great. If you think about a program itself, is there something particular you would like your staff to take away and maybe implement into operations?
Yeah, good question. I think I've put two salespeople through, which obviously in my department, and I think what we're looking for them to get out of this program is the most critical element would be strategic thinking, planning, and executing. I think that's the key. And I think it's vitally important, especially in sales, to be strategic, in how you go about your role and how you promote your area and drive your travel agents and customers to book. So, that's a big part of it. And I'm hoping that the mentors are selected and there's a good match there, and there's a lot of strategic discussions that'll take place over the next few months when they go through the program. But of course, there's more than just that. There's other elements. There's the leadership skills. We want these employees to go forward and become great leaders in the industry. And how do you lead employees in good times and in bad times? And how do you change your leadership style? And also, just general things like time management skills, project management skills, just those fundamental skills that the right mentor can give great guidance to our guys on, and just help them just become better, all-rounded, molded Silver Sea employees, and better, more successful employees for their future career, wherever that may be.
Steve, I know you did not have the joy of doing the program yet, but I'd like to know, is there something that inspires you, or do you actually have a mentor outside of an organized structure? How do you handle it?
Yeah, good question. The first time I ever realized the power of a mentor was about 10, 15 years ago. I read an article about the 100 most successful CEOs. And it said, the question was, what do they all have in common with each other? And people were asking questions like, are they all male? Have they all done university degrees? Are they all, working 80-hour weeks and all that? And that wasn't the answer. The answer was that they all had a mentor early in their career. They all had a mentor early in their career. And this is the 100 most successful CEOs in the Forbes 500 companies in the world. And that resonated with me. Then it's a no-brainer. You're not going to be successful in this business world unless you take on a mentor. And even if you don't do it early, you're always learning. So you can take on a mentor at any stage in your life. I've never gone through the program, but have since then have always been seeking mentors in my career. And I look for them in different aspects. I've had mentors in the travel industry, but I've also liked to seek them outside the travel industry. And I have a mentor sometimes for a short period of time, sometimes for a couple of years, and I like to change things a little bit. Just recently, I wanted to become better at accounting and finance, like the accounting operations side of business, which isn't really in my remit, but I wanted to become better at this. So I actually sought out a mentor that I knew was a professional accountant in this area, and just started working with this mentor and just picking their brain on just this particular facet of business. And it wasn't, they're not even in the travel industry. They actually work in like an elevator business. So I think, it's vitally important that you have a mentor at some stage in your career, whether it be ongoing or in different mentors over short periods, because if you're not learning, then you're not growing, and you always have to be learning, and these mentors are so key for that information. Yeah.
I fully agree that it is always an inspiration to have someone on your side who gives you new perspectives and that you can bounce ideas off. I personally think another aspect of, a successful career is probably having a established network. And time obviously is also quite big on, networking functions and getting people in contact, getting the industry together. What are your insights on, especially during COVID times, keeping an active and functioning network in the travel industry?
Look, it's vital. I think I've got 3,000 contacts on LinkedIn across a variety of industries, and I'm always looking for new people to connect with, and then touch base randomly with them and so forth. So, yeah, look, having a big network, a broad network like that, will give you the opportunity to be able to find mentors as well, and seek advice and guidance from people, and it's vital to have that big network. It'll open up so many doors in the future, whether it be new job opportunities or different ideas. Some of the great ideas that we've been able to bring into the travel industry have come from outside the travel industry. By having these contacts in different businesses, and you can kind of find a synergy there and bring those ideas in. So I really employ everybody to just keep your network is a vital asset to your career. It's a tool in your chest of armory. Keep your network growing, keep it active, engage with it, really protect it like it's a database almost, and I think that if you do that, then it'll bring out benefits for you in the long-term future.
I love that comparison with the database because it is as important. I fully agree. Well, Steve, thanks so much for your time. I do hope I'll see you at one of the networking functions very soon in person as well. And we have probably lots to discuss about you being a dog person, because I fully agree. And yeah, thank you so much for your support, and thank you for making it possible for 3 humans in the travel industry, especially in these times, to start the journey.
No, thank you, Timo. Thank you so much for the opportunity. It was really lovely speaking with you, and thank you for the work that you do with the industry, with your vlogs like this, which are so important to get information out to everyone out there. So thank you again for your time. Thank you.